Now, the world-renowned cosmologist and physicist, Professor Stephen Hawking, has made an emotional plea to stop the suffering inflicted by the war in Syria. In this, the first broadcast of his message, he says what is happening in Syria is an abomination, one that the world is watching coldly from a distance. It was while celebrating Christmas at home that Stephen Hawking was struck by the coverage of Syria's suffering. He watched how thousands of children struggle to cope in the miserable conditions of refugee camps, hungry and cold in the bleak winter. Shocked by what he saw and feeling helpless, he put his usual work to one side and asked Save the Children what he could do.
Today in Syria, we see modern technology in the forms of bombs, chemicals, and other weapons being used to further so-called intelligent political ends. But it does not feel intelligent to watch on as 100,000 are killed, or whilst children are being targeted.
Across Syria, the charities say the humanitarian situation is in freefall. More than 9 million people, including 4.5 million children, urgently need aid, and it's forcing them to flee their country.
They talk about lack of food, bread, drinking water, health services, absolute no education. You can sense their feeling of despair, and they literally are running out of Syria because of the basics.
Syrian refugees say the international community has failed them for far too long, something Stephen Hawking agrees with.
What's happening in Syria today is an abomination, one that the world is watching coldly from a distance. Where is our emotional intelligence, our sense of collective justice?
Humanitarian agencies are calling for unfettered access to all parts of Syria, but when the latest round of talks ended in Geneva yesterday, they had failed to deliver on this most basic of obligations.
As a father and grandfather, I watch the suffering of Syria's children, and now say, no more.